So what if God might have answered your prayer already, but you might not have even noticed it? So a lot of times we're expecting God's prayers, God's answers to our prayers to be these big fireworks, these big things that happen that are very obvious. And we know exactly, oh, that's what he was talking about. That's what he wants me to know. We're expecting him to point it out and say, like, this is exactly what you got to do, or here's your answer. And a lot of times when we don't see the answer to that, or we don't see the answer in that way, we kind of feel a little bit discouraged. We're like, are you listening to me? Do you know, like, yo, God, what's up? Like, where's that answer? I've been looking for this. Where is it at? But a lot of the times, God's answers might not necessarily be the conventional way. They might not be what you might be thinking. They might be little whispers instead of big fireworks. And for myself, I think I really realized this recently because for the longest time, I had been asking God for guidance, asking God to guide me, lead me, show me the direction I need to go in. You know, I felt like I kind of knew where I was going a little bit, but I also wanted to have that feeling where you're waking up every morning, you know exactly what the hell you want to do, and you are just going on it every freaking day. It's just like you're laser focused. And I've been always asking God, like, to help guide me, to help lead me. What is the thing he wants me to follow? And so after a while, I was like, okay, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily being answered. So maybe that's not in the cards for me. Maybe I just shouldn't be doing that. Or maybe I shouldn't be, that's just not what he wants me to be focusing on right now. Maybe I just go day by day, not really thinking too much about the direction. But then the other day, I was up there in Barnes & Noble and I had gotten this new book because my girlfriend had stole my other book. She accidentally took it, whatever. So I was like, damn, that freaking sucks. I really wanted to finish that book. But then I'm here at Barnes & Noble and I'm looking at this new book called Goals. I'm just kind of like picking it up. I start reading it a little bit. And I'm like, all right, this is a pretty good book. Let me just pick it up. Let me start reading it. I start reading it. It's like very, very freaking good to the point where I just end up buying it that same day. And I'm like, I don't even care about my old book anymore. I want this book. This book is so freaking good. So I start reading it and a couple of days go by. I'm trying to apply it, trying to pull stuff out. And then I'm sitting there at Barnes & Noble again, reading the book, applying it, and it talks about this one concept called your big definitive purpose. And I was like, oh, this is very interesting. Like, let's see what he's talking about here. And he starts talking about how you have to have this big definitive purpose, like this big thing, this one thing that you're going after day by day to focus on, to go after. And, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm doing it and I start tying it together with my faith and with what I'm doing with my videos and my communication, all that stuff. And I'm doing this, but I don't really realize what this was. I didn't really realize at the moment, like, this is perfect. It's exactly what the frick I was needing. So then I'm sitting there and I'm doing this. I finish it. I'm like so freaking happy after that. I'm listening to Michael Jackson in the car, all freaking excited because I just feel like I know exactly where the hell I'm going now after I set this goal that was so aligned with everything that I had been wanting to do. And then I'm like, damn, God did answer my prayer. After all this time, God did answer my prayer. It's just not the way that I thought he would have answered it. I would have, you know, sometimes we expect him to whisper into our ear and tell us exactly what we need to do. But I think sometimes God is going to answer your prayer with a book. It might be a book. It might be a movie you watch. It might be a conversation you have with somebody. And these answers are there. But I feel personally, because I was starting to get in tune, because I was getting very, very close to the Lord, I was able to capture the fact that he had sent this answer to my prayer. In Job 33:14-16, he mentions in there that a lot of times God's going to speak to you, and it says that he will speak to you one time, sometimes two times. You know, a lot of the times he's going to have to talk to us, but we might not always listen the first or the second time, maybe even the third time. Maybe it takes a lot of times before he gets through to us. And it also mentions in that verse that he's also going to speak to us through dreams, through visions, through things that we have, places that we are receptive. You know, in your dreams, you're very receptive to what he might be saying to you. So it also goes with other places. How receptive are you on a day-to-day basis walking around? Are you going to be picking up the signals that he's sending you? And it kind of all reminded me of this devotional that I had heard a long time ago talking about how God is going to leave little roses for us every single day. He's going to leave many little roses throughout your day that are going to be things that are meant for you, meant to improve your day, meant to make you happy, meant to just guide you, lead you, all these things that he might be trying to tell you in that day. And a lot of times we just miss those roses. We're not in tune with those and we're not picking them up. We're not looking for them. But when you start paying attention, all of a sudden you start noticing these little things throughout your day that happen that you appreciate, that you're thankful for. If you start thinking about things you're thankful for right now, you'll probably be able to pick up 3 or 4 from your day that you would have not thought about it otherwise. So when you start getting these roses, all of a sudden you can put them into a nice little bouquet at the end of the day. So God is always guiding you. God is always trying to talk to you. But you just have to start to focus on the roses that he's putting in your day. Focus on the things that he's trying to tell you every single day. And then you're going to start to realize that you might have this prayer that you've been asking for the longest time, and it might have been answered freaking 2 weeks ago. So I just want to make this quick little video for you guys, because I think it's so important if we could start to get in tune with God and start to focus on these little things, because it's kind of just like footing a perspective, a changing of perspective, and trying to see things through the way that God wants us to see them. And we start doing that, and you start able to tap into this thankfulness and this gratefulness on a day-to-day basis. All of a sudden, it's not just the fact that we are able to see the things he's trying to tell us, but it's the fact that you start to see the world the way that he's trying to have us see it, in a positive mindset, in a good mindset, instead of seeing it negatively, seeing all the bad things about your everyday life. So I hope this helps you guys. Let me know what you've been praying for. Let me know what you have been asking for. Let me know if you have any stories of things that have actually happened to you that have absolutely changed your mind and absolutely changed your life in the way that they were answered, and how were they answered. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.